to be stopped!
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy JDiesel coming at you live with the next installment of Under the Radar. And FloKey, Master FloKey himself, what day is it?
It's the day before the patch. I'm scared. So originally we're gonna have a guest on, but I texted Jay. I was like, "Listen, man, there's a patch.
This is the patch.
This is the character patch of the year, and it's a good time for me and him to talk to you guys about our opinions about the season so far, as well as talk about the patch notes. And also, a little birdie told me that the patch notes are gonna be translated. The untranslated patch notes from Japan is coming out soon, in Japan time. So that means we're gonna get them slowly getting translated live on stream, so you guys are gonna actually see our genuine reaction.
Exactly.
I'm worried.
You're worried?
I'm worried about
Really?
three characters.
Who
About
are
three
you worried
characters.
about?
Piccolo.
Do you think Piccolo's gonna get the axe?
I think Piccolo might get the axe.
Ooh.
I think Jump Light finally gets nerfed after a year.
Honestly,
It's a
I don't think
change.
that's unreasonable.
I think just slightly reducing the hitbox on it makes a little sense.
Now-
because
Do you think Air Fuzzies make it through this patch?
no,
No, Air Fuzzy's gone.
I think air fuzzes are done. I think they have to do something with snapback though. They have to do something with snap. They have to do something. Maybe add a new mechanic.
Yeah.
Maybe. But bless the hearts of the people. So we got a long just a premise of the patch notes, courtesy of a lovely fellow on Twitter. I forgot his or her name, but they translated. Now all of these are buffs. So there's tentative nerfs still. They're not out of the realm of.
Yeah.
So. Also another
Shout
thing-
outs to it was Hee-chan. Hee-chan was the
Clutch.
first person that I saw personally, at least on Twitter, who started breaking the news about the patch. And if you go through that Twitter thread, like absolutely everyone was popping. So really shout out to translators in the community. Such an important role, and honestly just makes everyone's lives so much easier instead of just waiting on bated breath, hoping Arc System won't be cryptic this time. It's tough. Unfortunately,
It's-
a little bit cryptic. Just a little.
No, yeah, especially with their other titles. So this is like the first game that I feel like they're kind of like more open to stuff. And on top of that too, the community is like really open to these changes as well. And also, it's 1,200 lines of notes.
Yeah.
So we do have an image that we're going to be kind of basing everything off of.
This will probably be this is the stuff that was translated by Hee-chan.
Yep.
But is actually put into an image format by Globeku.
Yeah.
So some of you might have seen this, you might not have. Hey, follow Globeku. I mean, this is an incredibly handy thing. So without further ado, let's start getting into the mix. And here we go.
Do you want to talk about the system changes first?
Well, I do think we want to hit the system. So top line, FloKey, why don't you start us off with some system changes before we start delving into these beautiful character changes?
So the biggest change that's happening this patch is that and I'm gonna do this with my arcade stick because I have my lovely Razer Panthera right here. so never again. So say if you're playing a match, say if I'm playing JDiesel and I want to use Yamcha assist, I don't play Yamcha, and I accidentally tap forward in Yamcha assist. Now, in season 2, it is down an assist. That's huge.
You will no longer fast change nearly as much by accident.
I think that's big. But that does beg the question: are they going to change the input for guard cancel?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think they will because I think the input for guard cancel needs to be what it is because it needs to be risky.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if you make guard cancel like up, then it's like, oh, you get to jump instead of walking forward, right? And that's like takes away some of the risk reward of whiffing a guard cancel,
Right.
right? Because right now with the guard cancel input, if you mess up a guard cancel, you will literally just walk at them.
Yeah, I agree.
So if they leave a gap, whatever. So very interesting. So I guess the only way to do this now, I got a question. Do you want to tackle this? You want to tackle this chronologically, or do you want to tackle this based on who you want to talk about?
We can do this chronologically because I feel like this patch is kind of it's changing. Well, granted, all the these are all buffs again, like I mentioned. So like these affect a lot of characters. Like a lot of characters that we thought were low tier are maybe have a chance now. So like I think everybody should get some love. So we're gonna try to hopefully on the YouTube version, maybe there'll be timestamps. So if you see a character, if you don't want to hear a certain character, so maybe you don't want to hear about Bluku, for example, you don't have to. Or if you want to hear about what we think about Bardock's changes, you can go right there. So
Yeah.
Jay, do you want to start it off with the main character?
All right. Starting it off, we're gonna be going over the Super Saiyan Goku changes. So 236X has different properties on hit, better reward. So they're buffing the punch.
Yep.
Now,
I like it.
this is one of the first ones. So this is going to be a running theme through the notes that we have so far. This is incredibly vague.
It is.
Because better reward on hit, I've heard a lot of speculation that what people think this is going to mean, you will be able to combo if it hits without vanish.
That makes a lot of sense.
So it might be like, okay, you can get a short like B&B type thing.
Yeah.
In the event that you manage to get an on hit, right?
Right.
So
yeah.
I imagine that's kind of what I'm going with, at least for my baseline, in terms of what I think is going to happen. I think it is going to be something similar to that. How do you feel about that change as a Super Saiyan Goku player yourself?
I think it's interesting, right? So it depends because right now, if based on that change, they could make the punch faster because you can't, in theory, combo it into it like normally. So you have to like most follow ups is like in the air, for example, you're doing key blast into punch.
Yes.
So if it's only on the floor, are they gonna make the food move faster? Is it gonna get a ground bound state? There's a lot of stuff they can do with it. But yeah, I think that change opens up the realm of possibility. Maybe gets them more mixed because if you open them up with that, if it leads to a ground bounce into a confirm, you can you can that actually like opens up Goku's possibilities of getting more mix. So
Yeah.
I really do like that change.
Yeah, especially because like the main usage was the EX, which when hitting an aerial opponent would put you plus. Besides that, it was like, combo tool, and it was never really a great block string tool. Like it was fine.
Never.
Like you could catch people sleeping, but it was never like, okay, it wasn't like a Bardock lariat, right? It was never anything to that degree. And I think giving it a little bit more utility will probably go a long way. The jumping 2H travels forward.
I like that.
Making it easier to combo. Now, as a Super Saiyan Goku player, how much of a difference is this going to make in his combos? Big.
So there is times where a lot of times. So a basic confirm with Goku is 2M 5M, and then you do jump medium light heavy 2H.
Yeah.
Thing is, some distances it won't confirm.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe it's spacing. So maybe they're making it similar to a base Vegeta and Super Saiyan Vegeta at the moment, where it's gonna go a little bit farther, so that way you can actually make those hit confirms easier.
Interesting.
So that's a big change. It's gonna open up. It's gonna make everything like look more consistent. So I would not be surprised if Goku. Again, there's no signs of nerfs here on this, so it'll be interesting to see what else they do with the character.
Yeah.
If they do anything else with the character. So if this is the only changes he gets, he's gonna be probably one of the best anchors, if not the best.
Yeah.
or like the best utility.
I think
So
anything that helps make a character's combo game more stable is really important. Now, there
yeah,
is one negative to this change that's not immediately apparent.
right.
When you 2H in the corner, this is now going to pull you out of the corner.
That's it. That's also big.
Now, because this has now going to have the same property as Super Saiyan Vegeta's 2H, where where you travel forward, which means that in the corner, if you 2H, if your opponent safe jumps, they can actually steal the corner from you defensively.
I like that.
So it's interesting, right? Because that's not. It's going to make his combo game better, but I think it's going to very slightly. I'm going to say very, very slightly weaken his defensive game, specifically in the corner. Now, granted, if you're in a situation where you're relying on 2H in the corner, you're probably already in a lot of trouble. But it's just something to kind of keep in mind, because it also means that if you block, so if on Wake Up they block, you throw 2H, they're going to punish you anyway. But let's say for whatever reason they weren't able to, you're now going to be pushed out of the corner, and like if they throw an assist or whatever, now you're going to be locked there, and they can cross up. So minimal change, not too bad. I think that's so overall. Super Saiyan Goku on the whole
could be super solid.
Super solid. I mean, and honestly, that's what the character has been so far in the game, and that's really a trend that's not going to be changing anytime soon.
Yeah.
Now, Super Saiyan Vegeta.
Yeah. Octane 1. So first change is 236S is faster. So this has a plus and a negative to it. So you're not going to be able to your strings are going to be faster, but and then the downside to that would be your opponent will be able to react faster afterward if you don't vanish, because then you're giving up your turn essentially.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think this, as a Super Saiyan Vegeta player, this is not a change that I'm like super happy about, but I'm not unhappy. Right, I'm like kind of neutral on it, because it's like you said.
It's like it's cool to have.
But the thing is, I guess I see it more as a negative than a positive. The only way this could be a big positive potentially is if it somehow unlocks a new combo route that did not exist previously.
Okay.
Because if it starts up fast enough, it's possible where there wasn't enough, it wasn't quick enough to pick up due to hit stun, it might actually be able to now. So there's a couple cases where there's certain routes that might open up because of this. As a block string tool, I think it's worse now.
Yeah. Because it's faster.
As a neutral tool, it's better, but that's not really something you'd use as a neutral tool, right?
Yeah.
Because if you commit to that move, you're putting a wedding ring on it. You're committed. Right? Like you're not getting away from that one.
It's like honey, we go on a honeymoon.
Exactly. You're like, all right, well, I'm committing to this now, and you're gonna watch some Super Dash full stage. Now the change that I am more excited for.
Oh my god.
Level 3 grants a knockdown from up high.
That change, well, okay, it doesn't specify. So this is the one thing I'm curious about. How high is high?
What I'm imagining, and now, granted, maybe this is because I want it to do this, I think it's going to act the same way Dragon Rush does. Knock down at any height is what I think is going to happen.
No! That would be ridiculous.
And, look, there are certain loops that there's certain setups that I've been messing with, and I'm sure every other Super Saiyan Vegeta has, where if I could end my level 3 anywhere and get Oki, it opens up so many routes that did not exist.
It might turn into a Kibu level 3 scenario where you could safe jump from that. You can guarantee a bit better safe jump from that scenario.
Yeah.
So
now, I mean, granted, they might put a height restriction. It might be like, okay, you can't be higher than like a normal combo. Like you can't do like double super dash chase up in the air, right? You can't set up something like really dumb like that and still knock down. But I think that even if they make the height requirement only a wall bang vanish combo, that's still a big change.
Huge. That's really big. So I can't wait to see what Vegeta does in this patch. He's kind of been similar to Goku. He's been stable. If you don't play Goku, you're playing Vegeta. which is weird. But both have really good tools, and
Yeah.
I really want to see what the character does with this, especially with the level 3 change. I think that's gonna change a lot of how he's played.
Yeah.
Uh, you ready to talk about the Green Boy?
I don't think I'll ever be ready to talk about Piccolo the way you are, FloKey. So I
Listen.
gotta have you start us
Okay.
off. Hit us
All
with these
right.
Piccolo changes.
Okay. So Piccolo got some interesting changes. The first being 236X can be used against airborne opponents and combos and pressure. So this either might mean it's faster, so you can combo into it better, or there's not much of a gap to it, so you can't just neutral jump. Like Vegito can neutral jump and just hit S and then you die, kind of thing. The second change is the biggest change. Easier to pick, and I'm so proud I'm saying this. Easier to pick up the opponent after hitting them. The most obnoxious change you could have given to this character. So my question is how easy is it? Because right now it's already easy to do it. All you have to do is super jump 2H and then double jump rush, and then you get that's max damage right now
Yeah.
instead of just doing the double grab combo in previous matches. That is a crazy change. It's gonna open up a lot. Maybe be able to combo into Hellzone Grenade
Yeah.
and then Super Dash, keep things going. Again, it all depends on hit stun decay on that. But I am excited as a Piccolo player. I'm also nervous as a Piccolo player because we don't know if there is more changes. I am scared for Jump Light. I am scared for. Actually, no. You know what? I'm have my benefit. I have my worries, but I'm like, you know what? This character kind of deserves some type. He deserves it.
Maybe. So
It-
the
but
thing I'm wondering about, right, is how
yeah,
they're actually implementing it to make it easier to pick up.
right.
Because my
That's the weird
first
part.
thought is, are they increasing the hit stun on Hellzone grenades?
That would be ridiculous.
Because that would make it easier to pick up because they would fall further, which means you wouldn't have to super jump anymore. What
Yes,
I'm concerned about if that's the route that they go is if you increase the hit stun on Hellzone grenades, you might open up some very scary things.
Interesting routes. Like you
Imagine
could do a
just
full combo.
imagine just they fall to the ground, you just grab them. I don't know. Like you get there's some very odd.
Don't get my hopes up.
No. It was just something I was thinking about because,
Yeah.
and this is one of the things about when you have these early stage fake patch notes, is
Yeah.
a statement like we're gonna make it easier to convert after Hellzone Grenade. There's a
Like, what
lot
does
of
that mean?
ways you can do that, right? Like,
Right. Yeah.
and so I think it'll be really interesting to see kind of where they go with that. Now, transitioning off the green man, we're gonna be talking about his son, Teen
boy.
Gohan.
This character's been through a lot.
This character has been through a lot, and I don't feel like he's ever gotten his due. And it feels rough.
It is.
So
Talk about these changes.
all right, so 236X follow-ups can now be done with the H button. Now you're able to combo afterward even from mid-screen.
Okay.
So comboing from mid-screen, nice. That's actually really good. Now, for those of you that don't know what 236X is, that is his rapid kicks.
All the ones that he.
Yeah, that's
right?
the mini the mini legs, the short Gohan legs.
Yeah, it's not the leg loops that he has. The leg
No,
loops
not the adult leg loops. But
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, it's a
he has adult leg loops, but they're hard.
yeah. Overall, I mean, I like it.
I like it.
I like that he's now able to combo from mid-screen, which is nice, especially because Teen Gohan's legs are one of the best anti-air tools in the game.
Mm-hmm.
They're very, very good about picking people up who are either trying to super dash or trying to harass with jump medium, stuff like that. So seeing that he's now going to be able to combo mid-screen off of those, actually a pretty nice change for him.
I do agree with that.
And you can also combo 236L into supers easier. So his legs will now be easier to combo into supers.
Yeah. One other theme that I noticed with these changes is that a lot of characters got the same kind of changes, and I've noticed that with a lot of change patches that's happened for
Yeah.
like you were able to double jump off. You're able to jump cancel 2H with Vegito now. 21 got that, and like Tohan, and we're gonna talk about later adult Gohan, like for example, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that Bandai does really well, and I can't honestly. I know Tohan. Like, what's interesting about Tohan is that it's hard to snap mix with the character, but this character still has a lot of untapped potential, and I really want to see how this character does in season 2, like official season 2.
Yeah.
So
I think it'll be interesting to see if he actually manages to get, no, pardon the pun, legs this season.
yep, no,
Because
that's a
like
good fun.
he just has not been in a position where he's really made a lot of impact. I mean, the notable players we had for Gohan or Teen Gohan in season 1, Chris G played him for a while and then bemoaned the
Yeah,
fact that he was not a good character.
yeah. Him and Kaimar.
Yeah, I had Kymart, and that's really it. Like,
Kaimar's still playing him.
he is, which, hopefully these changes get Godspeed to Kymart. Give that man the tools. That's all I'm saying.
No,
Now, moving on to the best villain in the universe,
the Lord.
Lord Frieza.
Oh,
5L and 2L faster startup. Let's talk about it.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean you don't know about that?
Okay, so here's the thing, right?
Okay.
So I think it's a great change for Frieza, but what scares me, the fact is that you're already playing super defensive against the character,
Yes.
or like you have to play a different style against Frieza. I had the chance to play Alucard on his stream.
Oh, sick.
The other, yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing that I did notice is that Frieza, like having the 5L 2L change is big because then like strings will get faster and you'll be more vulnerable to a mix up. And plus you can Gatling 2L 2L with that character, to my knowledge. So it's gonna be interesting to see like that come about more, and
Yeah.
plus the fact that like hit Frieza's 5L doesn't have horrible range on it, like his normal 5L.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see what that does.
Because currently Frieza's jabs are frame 7. So this change is going to standardize him with most of the cast, and he's going to be receiving a frame 6 jab.
That's good.
What it also is going to mean is that in situations where you and Frieza are 0, your jab is no longer just going to beat Frieza out.
Nah, it's a trade.
Yeah.
Or Frieza's good bit. So
correct.
If you're playing,
so it's actually
the Cell match.
Mm-hmm. Frieza against Cell. Now, Frieza against any character who has frame 7 jabs is now much better. Because the difference between a frame 6 versus a frame 7 is a really big deal in a lot of situations. Like characters like Cell, 16, the works.
Yeah. His second change isn't bad either.
So, my understanding about the Destructo disc change. Sorry, Death Saucer. let me be correct.
I gotta do like Frieza. I'm like,
is the way this is going to work. So before, the way this would work is Frieza would throw his pizza, and it would fly across screen, and it would hit you, and you'd block it, and then it would come back, and you'd block it, and then Frieza would block it, and then you guys would be 0.
Nice plus.
Now he is plus, which means if you choose to block the disc from now on, you're going to be minus against Frieza. So you actually have to respect the discs now.
That's scary. I really can't wait to see what Alucard and other Frieza players do with that change, because I know Alucard's very big on using the discs off rip. So to see him now like having a plus option into that. Also, I think the fact that, again, kind of going back to what we said before, had Frieza having like a really good zoning game, this is only going to make it better.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what Frieza does.
I agree. And I think the other thing about it is just this now means defensively you have to be a little bit more awake against Frieza. It felt like before you
Yeah.
could honestly phone it in most of the time. You just had to avoid your urge to super dash against the fingers into the 2H.
Yep.
But now it's like if you're sitting there and just blocking against Frieza, he's gonna set up plus frames on you. And
Mm-hmm.
plus frames are very, very dangerous if any of the other moves in this game, like Tyrant Lancer, have shown how dangerous letting your opponent set plus frames on you is. Now, my favorite change of all of these changes, and this is definitely because I'm a Ginyu main.
Oh, we're gonna get into Ginyu. Yeah, yeah. You got the four. I'm gonna
Ginyu
let you go
Force
off.
assists are now going to have 2 patterns.
That's not fair.
So you know what this means?
Not fair.
12 Ginyu calls. Ginyu's going to have 12 different calls now. Now, granted, it says 2 patterns.
I'm just gonna hide.
It says 2 patterns, which means if Bandai is mean to me, then I will, unfortunately, it'll be random where my Ginyu Force members. I don't think that's it. I think what they're going to do is they're going to add quarter circle back inputs for Ginyu.
Okay.
So he's going to have.
I'm sorry to cut you. Is there already inputs for that though?
No, there is inputs for special and quarter circle forward special. There's no quarter circle back special.
Oh no.
Meaning there is a perfect slot for 4 more calls right there. Which means we could see the era of not only are you going to have to guess, you're going to have to remember which Ginyu Force member it is. You're going to have to react to which one of the 3 ways that Ginyu calls it. Yeah. Yeah.
See, they can balance that out by if you hit Ginyu, the force goes away.
They do. If the force has not been released yet.
That's wet.
Like, okay, so if Burner and Jace, like the tornado, if they are still in the animation of joining together and you hit Ginyu, they will instantly disappear.
Okay, so there is some.
If Guldo comes out, if you hit Ginyu before Guldo screams, it'll disappear.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so for pretty much all of them, they'll disappear, but you have to hit him right as he's calling it. Once they're set, they become an independent entity of Ginyu.
I think that should be changed. Maybe that's just me as an anti-Ginyu player. But I do like that change for Ginyu. I think Ginyu having another option makes it more scary. But on the same level that if you make them into like if you keep it independent being, like the only way to beat that is like you have to hit them before the thing happens. So like the Goldo freeze stuff like that.
Yeah, well, part of it
I
is
think that's the only trick.
yeah. Well, part of it is that most people don't seem to understand how they need to combo after they hit Ginyu when a Ginyu Force member is on screen. And this is a big. So what'll happen is, so there's a lot of people, right, who they will get a hit on me as Ginyu as the tornado is coming at me. What they need to do is immediately 2H and then super dash to gain projectile invulnerability and fly through the tornado.
That makes sense.
The problem
I think
is,
I've done that to you.
yeah, the problem is people will sit there and go medium, light, down, heavy. So they're still putting in their filler moves for extra damage, and then they get hit by the tornado, right?
Makes sense.
When they need to shortcut it to the projectile invincibility. But I could go on about how to counter Ginyu, but I can't give away all these strats right now.
We got a handful of characters. I'm ready to talk about Trunks.
All right,
I'm ready to talk
Trunks. 2-3-6 properties on hit changed. Now easier to keep pressuring even if they block the medium.
So they might give medium the change that light and heavy got, where it's not. I think it's not overhead, or like it has overhead invincibility or whatever.
Okay.
Whatever it is, maybe that's my guess on it, but that's big. Because then, like, you can like do the slow version and the fast version, kind of like treat it like a fireball, and then you can call assist, Yamcha, stuff like that. His second change is ridiculous.
Yep, you
I
can
think it's
now
I think it's
follow up Cyclone Jump with more attacks.
also jump special after 2 form 4. After the jump has been buffed.
Yup.
That's so good. That's so good.
Yeah. The Trunks mix is gonna be so real after this.
I cannot wait. That's why, listen, my master plan was like, listen, FloKey, you're gonna need a pocket
You're
Trunks.
gonna need a pocket Trunks.
Sometime in the future. And I was like, okay, future me, I'm gonna listen to you. This patch literally happens, and I'm like, makes sense. So I can't wait to see what players like LK, Sage, who we've had on the podcast before, kind of like dig into that change. I think that change is even huge for.
I think there's
a
going
lot
to
of Trunks
be
players.
a lot of really interesting like options and avenues to unpack with that change. I think it's going to be incredibly strong. Next, it is
Zell,
Cell.
the screamer, as I like to call him now.
Better reward when opening. Oh my god. Better rewards when opening people up with Rolling Crush.
So my guess is maybe.
It's gotta be. I think you're gonna be able to combo without Vanish.
So like Goku's.
Yep,
So
I think it's gonna be the same thing.
So that's good.
Yeah,
Don't
especially
know why
because that.
he needs it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Rolling Crush is and Perfect Attack are probably two of the moves in this game that I hate dealing with the most. Rolling Crush because it crushes every aerial in the game. Like I legit don't think there's any aerials that actually beat it.
I don't want Cell back. I don't want him back. Well, too bad he's back.
Oh, but don't worry. 214H can now be followed up on hits. So heavy Perfect Attack, EX Perfect Attack, can now be followed up on hit.
Is okay. Based on that, granted he still has a 7-frame jab. Do you think Cell is better off now?
I think he's slightly better. I think the big thing about Cell that will continue to hold him back is the fact he's fuzzyable.
Yeah.
I think that's just something that, like, regardless of what Cell does, it's going to continue to be a problem. Because I don't know if you've noticed, a lot of people have dropped the character.
No, 100%.
There's not that many Cells left. I mean, Fenrich is one of the only ones who refuses to get rid of that character, and that's because he likes the ease of TOD.
That's true. Brandon Fiend's another example of that.
Yeah, there's just not that many Cells left, and I think a lot of it has to do with Cell is a fantastic character solo because he does so much damage, right? Like, so Cell doesn't need a whole lot of resources to do a lot of damage. He has some of the longest and most damaging combos in the game, which are fantastic. The problem for Cell is he struggles defensively because he's enormous. And that you can't really get past that. The only characters bigger than Cell are Android 16 and Broly. And those characters, you know, they have their own issues as well defensively. Because the only tool that Cell really has to get out of pressure is Perfect Attack.
So this might be a get off me tool. Like, I think he'll finally have like a reversal versus just using like a level 3. So a lot of characters don't have a reversal, like an invincible reversal, except the 3 DPs in the game. So maybe this will be like a pseudo DP.
Well, it's interesting because the thing is, Perfect Attack, even EX version, that startup's frame 12.
Yeah, it's not frame 1.
Yeah. Now,
if it was frame 1, it'd be different.
Now, it is invincible from airborne attacks starting from frame 1.
Okay, so that kind of like, so you really can't really safe jump.
Right. Okay. So if you try to safe jump Cell, he can EX Perfect Attack, get himself out of the corner, and then use an assist to keep you in block.
No, yeah, I agree.
So he can steal pressure, or if he hits you, it's going to be easier for him to follow up on it.
Right.
So overall, I think Cell's just kind of an interesting spot. Now, speaking of androids, Android 18, 5L is faster.
Why on God's green earth do you give Android 18 that has a standing low
Yeah.
A 6-frame. What?
Yeah. Android 18 had a 7-frame jab previously. This is going to be a frame 6 jab, including the standing low. So you will have a standing low 6-frame jab. Prepare. Prepare. That's all I got to say. I don't think there's anything else for me to say.
I'm not okay. Second change, easier to follow up to jump 2H on hit, so it's kind of. I know. I kind of goes back to because I know Android 18 players like have to do a different route to combo into jump 2H.
Yeah.
Combo off of jump 2H, so this is gonna help that. I am scared of Android 18 in this patch.
I don't
I'm
blame you for
scared.
that one.
I am scared. She's one of the better points in the game, so I'm excited to see what people do with her. Now, I feel like I feel like the kill stage Romanova, Toxin, if he still plays this game.
Well, the kill sage was recently talking about his team post patch.
Yeah.
He is currently looking at Jiren, Adult Gohan 16.
That team is good. Yeah, but also Korean Wrestling Man. I wonder how he feels about the team change.
I think having his jab go from 7 to 6 frames is going to be pretty exciting for him. I'm gonna be completely honest here.
Yeah. But yeah, I think 18 is a problem. I think another character is still gonna be a problem. Is good old Gotenks.
Now, Gotenks was kind of interesting to me. So
like top 2 in the game.
236H. Better reward on hit. So his mock punches, if you get hit by the EX version, are going to be even more dangerous than previously.
What if it works like Jiren's I-beam thing? Where like if you get hit by it, it flips you.
That could be an option. I think it means that now if he EX mock punches you, he'll be able to start a combo.
Yeah, so like something like a knockdown state.
Yeah,
his second changes. Yeah, both changes are really that change is huge, especially because if they don't change the frame on it, that's a problem.
Now 214S, I thought was interesting. They're changing the follow up on Galactic Donut. And I don't know what that means.
Is it still going to be plus? We don't know.
Well, I think it's still going to be plus, but I'm not sure exactly what that's going to mean. Because the way it says it has a new follow-up, I'm guessing it means that something else is going to happen either on hit or on block. Not totally sure on that one.
I would presume both.
Yeah, I mean most likely.
I can't not see Gotenks not being able to like just do something crazy off that. So I think Gotenks overall is still going to be a big issue. Again, we don't know if there's any nerfs, but if there's no nerfs to this character is still going to be top 3.
I definitely agree on that. You see having donut combos, yeah. I agree with that. Donut combos could be very real. Next up,
Krillin. Krillin needs help.
Don't worry, all of his special moves were buffed. I mean, that's...
I'm sorry. Oh my... Yo, don't worry. We buffed all his special moves can now be followed up with 236H on hit, X on hit for a sliding knockdown. So anything into Mirage.
Yep, so you're able to hit his grounded Ki Blast into 236H for a knockdown.
That's cute.
That is in fact cute. Now the thing is, this is technically a meterless knockdown.
Okay. But it's not in the air though.
Correct.
So it's not that great.
I mean it's like you basically go Ki Blast into knockdown. So you get like 1,000 damage, you put him in an SKD situation.
Yeah. That's not that. I mean,
my fat toy is saying in chat is saying he could already do this in the corner, so they're just gonna let him do it mid stage now.
That's random.
All right, and Krillin's movement during ground 236H has also changed.
So is it faster?
no one knows.
At least it's not Beam, because if it's Beam, I think his Beam's really strong. I think that's his only good tool.
Yeah. So the 2368.
And I'm gonna get yelled at. I'm gonna get yelled at in chat. It's like, oh my god, what you mean? It's so good. I'm like, oh dude.
Oh
like,
goodness.
Come on. But I think it's a good change. I think that's a good change.
Yeah. So basically, the other change is to his after image. So before he could dash at you and throw an after image, now his ground speed will be faster while using the after image.
I like that.
So potentially better mix-up potential. I'm not sure how much it'll actually mean, but all right. And the man, the myth, the legend, Android 16.
This character. Okay, the one thing I was like, no, originally I thought I read the change, the jump 2H as just jump 5H.
Oh.
I thought I read jump 5H was overhead. I was like, that's it.
You're like, how does that even work?
This is where it's over.
Oh my god.
I sign my life away and play 16. No, but jump 2H is an overhead. I think kind of opens up a little bit more possibility mix up. Especially because then you can go high-low with jump 2H, and then you can just IED low, and then...
Yep. So I think the jump 2H, the dirtiest mix I've seen so far, is instant air dash, light, medium, jump 2H for triple overheads with 16.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, so that's like his new weird, bizarre mix he's got. It's fine. It's not insane. As a 16 player, I read it and went, okay. Let me put it this way. I can count on one hand the number of times I've intentionally thrown that move out. You know what I mean?
Right. Makes sense.
It's just not a tool you want to commit to. Unless you run a combo route that uses it. Yeah. Now, the change that I care more about, 236M can now be followed up on a hit.
In H. So isn't that the is that the
that's the
one that's across?
That's the up and that is sorry, that is the gliding power bomb.
Yeah, so the one that goes across?
Yep.
Yeah, that's really good.
So the reason that one's going to be so important is now 16's about to get even longer combos.
Why?
Because before, after he would do a power bomb, you would have to use an assist to extend the combo. Now,
yeah, I remember that.
16 can do a power bomb. He can do a short combo, probably something like a light, medium, whatever.
Right.
Into an assist, then into the next set of combos, into the final assist, into the other command grab.
So like he can make it more long-winded.
So I think Android 16 will have double assist combos that do something like maybe 6,500s without meter, 7K.
Yeah, I'm scared of that.
Yeah, I think that's what that change is going to end up meaning. If it works the way that I'm reading it with the same ones above where you just now can combo after using the move.
Right.
Get ready. Get ready because you're about to, because if that happens, Android 16's damage is already in that really dangerous spot.
Yeah. It's like it does like 5K per combo already. So
yeah.
Like I'm scared
for my team, which is not an optimal 16 team.
Right.
Off a 2M starter, without any meter, it's an easy 6K.
Right.
So you let me extend that even further, it should be 6.5 to 7. Yeah.
That's not fun.
Yeah,
that's
and that's
fun.
That's without meter.
You think that's fun? I don't like that.
I understand. This is where
like,
I have.
Look at you know what's funny? We look at our teams like in here, and it's like I think that's fun, but it's like, well, you play them, that's fun. No, but I think as a 16, because I played 16 for, I really do like that change. But yeah, I think 16 slowly going back into form, not where he used to be, where he was top 1, but for sure, like getting back into a more.
I agree. I think. Towards the latter half of Season 1, a lot of people wrote off 16 purely because he could be fuzzied, which was kind of a death sentence in Snap meta, right? Like, being able to be fuzzied was just bad, like really bad.
I agree.
And I feel like this season being fuzzied is a lot less of a. It's still a liability. Don't get me wrong, but it's less of a liability.
Yeah, it's not. It's not like it doesn't make or break her team. So
yeah, he was also dealing with the level 3 nerf last season.
Yeah, that's a rough. That's sad.
Now, the new potential king of the castle, a lot of people on Twitter are saying this is going to be the most broken character of season 2. Lord Yamcha.
You think? Listen, I've already. Okay, so you know what's funny? I dropped Yamcha in May last year.
Yeah.
I think his damage is still kind of meh, like, cause you have to use so many resources.
That's true.
But I think these changes, which the first one being his Wolfang Fist follow-ups can now be even used on Whiff. So literally, I can just wail on the buttons. I can be like 2/4 frame. So in theory, so say if you whiff the first hit.
Yep.
Of Wolfang, and like you're trying to approach, he can call on a save and like continue it from there if you really needed to, or like if you like make a false step or whatever. I think that's a big change. Also, I think the fact that he can like do Wolfang and then whisker back and forward.
Yeah,
that's the biggest change, because then you can use that as an approach tool.
I was just I just couldn't believe they enabled him to be able to do stuff on Whiff. That just like to me felt very bizarre. Now this game is kind of odd in the fact that most other fighting games, like with auto combos, right? If you whiff a move, you don't get to go into the next move. That's just not how it works. DBZ lets you do that. And I was like, okay, it was fine with auto combos. Now he can do it off of his Wolfang Fist. You know what I mean? It felt like a very odd change to make. Also, now 214 can be used as a follow-up to 236.
Why? What? In what day and age was okay?
He needs to DP out of it so that way he can stop aerial opponents. Come on.
Like, I bet you Dragon Ball Mom was like, "Hey, let's make Yamcha real." Kazunoko just won the world tour. Let's reward Kazunoko with a better.
Yeah, for those of you who didn't learn how to fight Yamcha in season 1, I recommend getting in the lab and learning how to fight that character, because he's coming back in a scary way. 'Cause I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna take so long. Easy. I think he's the best assist character in the game by far.
Then yeah,
he already was, but
he has tools.
Because here's the thing, like already he was such a strong character, and the one thing he was lacking was damage, which they didn't fix his damage, right? Yeah, but they just keep making his neutral stronger. Like, you want to guess how many people do you think Kaz is going to reverse sweep with this Yamcha?
A lot more than this previous season, because again, it kind of goes like level 3 sparking Yamcha is a scary sight.
The meter gain is unreal.
And now the fact that you can anti-air, like I have to, not only that he can use Wolfang to get closer.
Yep.
For an anti-air, he can do anti-air on top of that. Now, granted, he does have to burn a bar for that, for EX, because EX is the best one.
Yep.
For a reason. So I kind of see the checks and balances with that. But still, you use a meter to stop your opponent.
Yeah.
This dude basically has a reversal now, which I think is super strong. And I can't, like, I mean, I dabbled with the Yamcha in season 1, the beginning, and like he's still one of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball, period.
Yep.
So it's kind of like, he's getting his just desserts in this game. Yep. What a segue into Majin Buu. You saw that?
Yep. So
that was pretty good. Chat.
Oh my goodness.
Chat, you gotta give me that.
Chat, give FloKey his due. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I gotta give it to you.
Yo, under the radar approved.
Now,
Majin Buu, Papu.
Yep. So these changes are kind of interesting.
Yeah.
214 changed on hit, so now his cartwheel.
Gives a slide knockdown.
Yeah, so cartwheel will now give a sliding knockdown.
Interesting.
It was kind of an interesting defensive tool already.
Right.
But now being able to give a knockdown seems pretty good. It's also so I think it's fine. The second change is that his 236H now restrains the opponent.
That's his butt slam, right?
Yep.
So what does that mean?
The dive bomb. I imagine I'm not even gonna put a thing. I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen restrains the opponent. I've never seen that language. Solo putty setup?
Maybe?
Oh my goodness. If he got solo putty setups? Because you know what the big thing that held Boo back was, right?
Yeah. That's why I have my face in my head.
Because remember, it wasn't just that he needed an assist up. It was also he needed the team building restrictions.
Yeah.
Because you needed characters who could restand.
Yep.
If you could put Fat Boo with anybody. Yo, Fat Boo Bardock? This is the new shell?
Stop.
This is the shell?
Stop. LK might go back to Majin Buu
now. Oh, I've got it. I've got it. Fat Boo, Bardock, Gotenks.
I need you to stop right there, mister.
So that is already hype.
They're making Alioun top tier with this.
I want to see it. I love Alioun.
Yeah.
Alioun, if you, I hope you get this, my man.
Yeah, but another character that I feel like needs even though he's gotten like buffs the entire time. Do you remember the time when we all thought Nappa was gonna be top tier because he got 3? Do you remember that time?
No.
I remember that time.
I didn't because I played Rogue Yoshi and it was still good and it opened me up more, but I went at the top level, this is not gonna work.
Okay. So these changes for Nappa, 5S is now a 2-hit move, so the Ki Blast hits twice.
So his Ki Blast now defeats every other Ki Blast.
Okay. Okay.
So look, they gave Nappa the best Ki Blast in the game to make up for the fact that he
sucks.
Yes.
He sucks.
Hey, he does have the best walk cycle in the game.
He does. That is very true. I think his armor too is like something that like Bum uses it really well. I think he's one of the best Nappas. Low key.
I'm not gonna lie, playing against Yoshi, when he does the armored chop against me, I still can't. I hate that move. I hate that move so much.
Rogue and Bum are probably the only 2 Nappa players that I know about. So I want to see how they use
now
2 hitting Ki Blast.
The other one that now I'm waiting for the combo videos, the Twitter combo videos. When you 214H Cybermen, you can choose the Cybermen's attacks while you plant it.
How do you do that though? What's the input for that?
That's what we're gonna figure out because the Cybermen currently have 5 moves.
The scratch.
They have slash, spit, slide, grab, and then there is that's it. Those are the 5 moves.
No, it's 4. That was 4.
Oh, sorry, slash. Actually, yeah, it's only 4. Now, depending on which level you call, then it'll have a different attack pattern.
Okay.
Now, what I'm thinking is you just spam grab with your Cybermen.
Oh my god.
I want you to imagine Nappa is sitting there pressuring you on block with a Cyberman who's spamming grab in the middle of that.
It's grab and spit, especially with the 2 hitting Ki Blast.
Look, you want to talk about oppressive? I think the other idea I had, you could. Now the thing is, the Cyberman does not have lows or highs.
Okay, so that makes a little sense.
So the Cybermen, you can block any Cyberman attack by literally their guard. You can guard all.
Right.
So, given that, it's not like you could tell a Cyberman to do 6 lows in a row.
Right.
Which, now granted, that would be
That would be
amazing.
ridiculous.
But no, you don't have to worry about anything like that at least.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't. Okay, granted, remember the last time I said Napa was gonna be, he ended up not being good. So I am not gonna say a damn word about this character. I'm just gonna.
I
Be
think
like,
he has
Napa's
potential.
Napa.
I'm gonna leave it at
Napa's
that. I think he's
Napa.
got potential.
I'm gonna be like, yo, hashtag Napa is Napa.
All right, Kid
Make it
Busy 236L doesn't leap forward anymore, making it easier to differentiate.
Okay, that's good.
That's a little bit of a nerf, because one of the strengths he had was all of the balls just blended together.
Mm-hmm. Because you can really tell like the difference between medium ball and light ball.
Yep.
So that way, like if you got hit with medium ball, you're hitting it for a combo, and you're just like, wait, what? Makes no
Right.
sense.
Whereas otherwise, you were just gonna get reset, which is
Right,
like.
yeah.
Because the other thing is they also end in different places.
No, I agree.
So I think that's a good change. 214 properties were changed. So this is the stretchy arm. It now gives a sliding knockdown.
I like that.
So
I think that's gonna be important for what's it? That's his command grab, right?
yeah, so his command grab now gives a sliding knockdown.
Oh wow! So he literally, it's a better Piccolo grab.
Yep.
Must be nice.
Oh, you know it, Flo.
Betty. Kimbu, you can't be fuzzied unless you do the universal one, and now he gets a sliding knockdown. Well, grant, okay, so that kind of is a nerf in a sense because I know you were able to combo command grab.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like a good and bad thing because it's nice to use the end of the combos to slide knockdown, but at the same time now you can't do 3-2-1.
Correct.
So I kind of see why it's a good and bad thing. So I think Kid Buu is gonna be in the same spot. I think Kid Buu.
I don't think this really hurts or helps Kid Buu a ton. I think it's just a quality life thing.
He's in the middle. Someone who I think deserves some help after getting hit with the shotgun, getting hit with the silencer on the shotgun is
Tien.
Yeah, he needed something. 214X properties on hit have changed. Better reward when opening people up with it. So kind of maybe similar to what we've seen before, having that be maybe a ground bounce, or like some type of open up tool, maybe like a rolling, like what might happen with Rolling Crush or a Goku's Punch. So I really do like that.
Yeah.
I heard from the grapevine that the Donon Ray.
Yeah.
You might be able to follow up off Donon Ray.
Really?
I think it. I don't think it's listed on here. I read the changes wrong, but the other change that it's on here is that Tri-Beam has now has a follow up if you hold the L, both the Dragon Rush punch.
Yes.
Just press Dragon Rush. I think that. Let me actually double check this because now I am curious if they and that happens a lot. There is also mistranslations from Hai-Chan.
Yes.
So that's maybe it was a mischange between S and
it was probably supposed to be Dodon Ray.
Maybe. Let me double check. I'm actually I pulled up the tweet. Tian Shinhan. Yep. Let me see if this is the edited one. Nope, it is Donon Ray on the tweet. Yep, I think it's the Donon Ray on the tweet. So, oh no, it is Tri-Beam. It is Tri-Beam. We got the ruling on the play. It is Tri-Beam. So maybe, in a sense, this dude got his double super back. Kind of.
Yeah.
So, I think Tien's good.
Yeah, I think Tien's in a good spot. All right, Adult Gohan.
Stop.
Adult Gohan Now easier to follow up 236X with supers. Yeah. I don't know why they needed to do that.
I'm on my Arturo side. No, okay. So the reason why that's actually not a bad change is that there is times where you try to just level up or just try to do like try a DHC or Z
Yeah.
change off that, and it was wonky, and like even medium was kind of tough to do it off of.
Yeah.
So I think that change, along with the Tohan change, I think that is going to enable Gohan to. I think it's a stupid change. I don't think he needed it, but I also believe that giving him that change, it's going to be height requirement because he has to be on the floor.
Yeah.
Has to be. He doesn't have an air super.
The one I'm not
air,
okay with for changes is the second one, though.
Listen.
That is not. No, we dealt with this
Listen.
at the beginning of season 1, and you know it wasn't good for the game.
But
why does he need meterless knockdowns?
I mean, but what if it's a ground bounce? What if it's a ground bounce?
We'll see what they choose to do with it.
I think if they do the ground bounce, I think if they go with the route that everything's gone on, if they do the ground bounce, I think it'd be sick. If they do a hard knockdown, the character's gonna be top.
If they do hard knockdown, he's the best character.
Yeah, if they go back to
hard knockdown, yeah, that's just.
But like, I don't think they go back to that. I think it's gonna be a ground bounce.
Or it could be an SKD.
I think SKD even it's not even that, like, it's kind of what he has now, and it's like you get maybe 1 extra 2 seconds to set something up.
I don't know. Either way, it's interesting. Now, one of the biggest characters changes is actually coming from Hit. So he's got a level 7 super now.
Say what? I did not read that.
A 236 HS now spends all of your meter. It does more damage based on the amount of bars you spend.
So you have to hold it?
No. It just spends all your meter.
I don't like that. Like, what if you need a DHC out?
Then I guess you shouldn't have used it. Because, no, here's the thing. They're just giving him another super, basically.
I don't know.
No, this is the pullback punch.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that
he has 2 level 1s.
No, because what I'm saying is that, like, they could have treated, if from what I'm reading, they could have treated like Gohan, well, like 236 HS.
Right, but instead of doing that, what they wanted to do was just give him, because he already has another level 1.
Right.
So they didn't want to give him 2 level 1s, and one of them has 2 modes. You know what I mean?
I agree.
That's a little bit too much, right? So the first one is going to be I need to just put out a damage in DHC. Second one's going to be, I'm just going to dump all my meter and try to kill you.
I like that. I mean, again, like, ideal world, I would want to see that, like, you hold it till you use more meter. Because then, like, if you need to if you want to do more damage, you can DHC still.
Right.
So that would have been the perfect change for Hit.
That is very fair. Now,
because, like,
yeah. On to the Super Saiyan Blues brothers here.
I don't know, man. I sent these to Doza. Doza looks excited about them from what I've been told.
I think the Vegeta Blue change is big.
I think, but Blueku as well. I think both these characters look good. So Blueku got his dive kick. His medium version is easier to combo into. So it might be a startup change to make it faster. H version has an automatic now. So I'm wondering if that's like because it's EX dive kick. Yes. I'm wondering if it's like, what if it does, crazy scenario, right?
Oh,
what if it did dive kick into 1-inch punch?
Okay.
It's like ding ding, and I'm like, what? No, that'd be really cool. And then, like, that slides, it still sliding knockdowns. But, like, maybe, like, it doesn't cost you an extra bar to, like, do, like, great corner carry better. So I really do like that change. And then his level 3 now, it did move a little far at season 1 start and to now. Now having it go farther, we don't know how far specifically. We,
Yes.
for all we know, this thing could turn into Barrock level 3.
What? Were you just gonna be able to set up just insane Oki?
More of the fact that it travels full.
Ah, okay.
You see what I mean? Because like Bardock's travels full screen.
That is true. Now,
So
I gotta say though, when I saw Blue Vegeta, the when they used the words extremely buffed,
that's a strong word.
right?
It's like saying hate is a strong word. Extremely buff is a strong
Because
phrase.
here's the thing: his Rekka, his Air Rekka, is already pretty good. Like,
no, it is, yeah.
it's probably his best tool, and now they're cranking it up to 11.
That's Pivot Ace is gonna have a field day with that.
Because what you can already do is cancel the Rekka at different points and then use assists.
Right.
I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with it. That's if they buff his Rekka enough, I think he could actually be a legit character. And I don't mean just like legit in that, oh, he's a good mid tier. He might be like low high.
Right.
Depending on how big the buff is. And
Right.
it's now easier to grab the opponent with 2-1-4. That's just a
big.
good quality of life thing. You know what I mean? Like that's just good.
I like that a lot. I think Blue Vegeta. I knew a lot of people that played Blue Vegeta off rip. Axice is an example of that. Kazuya is also an example of that. But there's still one Blue Vegeta, still Pivot Ace and Fame 96 when he plays, but mostly Pivot Ace.
Yep. All right.
Pivot Ace's Blue Vegeta. I watched it live.
Yeah.
I almost screamed
Is,
every moment.
is it that good?
It's so good. So I cannot wait to see what Pivot Ace does from Tennessee with this character.
All right.
And
We'll have to see what he can muster. Now on to the God of Destruction himself, Lord Beerus.
Yo, did he get some pudding cups this patch?
His jump medium can hit crouching opponents better. That's good. It's easier to follow up 2-3-6H on hit. Also
okay.
fine. I feel like this is probably one of the more lackluster ones, to be honest.
Right.
Like it's not bad, right? But the Sphere of Destruction was already not amazing, but now it's easier to combo off of, so So I don't think there's too much there with Beerus. I'm hoping there's additional stuff that wasn't listed here that we'll get to talk about.
Right.
You look confused. What's up?
No. Someone was like, I was reading something really quick. Sorry. I was like, what is happening? My Discord blew up for a second. I was like, what is going on?
Fair enough. Goku Black.
Yo, can we say something really quick?
Go ahead.
So when I saw the change, a specific change, I had flashbacks.
Oh no.
I had flashbacks to a little game. I don't know if you played it. I don't know if the chat played it. It's called Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh no. Who did you liken this to?
Huh?
Who did this give you flashbacks of?
Goku Black. Easier to combo into jump 2-1-4M and aerial combos. I hated Dr. Doom.
Oh my god. The
With
foot dive.
If Bandai Namco gave Goku Black a goddamn foot dive.
I like it though. I think he definitely needed something here.
He needs something. If a foot dive makes him better, by all means. His also other change is if you hold forward on 5S, the projectile, a faster projectile fired. I think Black is in a better position now. Like before, I still thought he was super solid, but we had Kami on. Like his mentalities about Black, were very like solid and like it made me believe that Black wasn't like super low tier, like he was mid tier.
Yeah.
I think listen, it's no 2L, but it's something.
That is true. I don't think they were ever going to give him a 2L.
Right.
I just don't think that was ever going to be in the cards. But overall, I think this is a good change, honestly.
I agree.
So getting to our last section of characters here.
Wow.
Next up, we have Android 21. Can now use 214X as a follow-up to 236S.
So the command grab.
Yes.
That's nice. Actually, no. So it's dive. So 214X is the dive. So you can dive off of the command grab. So you don't have to burn meter.
Yes.
That's why. Wow.
I mean, yeah, just another way to help her, give her more, more consistent combos. Also,
Quality of life.
yeah, you can absorb only one special move. You can only absorb special moves once, but they've all been buffed. I think this was a good change too. I've talked to a lot of Android 21 players. They seem to like it purely because it's now going to make it easier. Because the thing is, you don't really want to hold on to most of the moves all for long periods of time. You actually want your command grab back.
Makes sense.
So making them single use is pretty strong. Also, just having them all buffed.
That's scary.
Does make them more powerful, which is pretty interesting. Now to the once and future king, Bardock himself. 214X's properties changed on hit. Better reward.
Why? Okay, so do you think that Bardock? Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So kind of dabbling in our tier list. Can you say for certain Bardock's top 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can confidently say that.
Follow-up question to that. Looking at his changes, the fact that they made better on reward on hit, and then also, I think the only thing about that's interesting too is that his Javelin Super works differently now. Do you think, based on those changes, quick glance, how do you feel about Bardock now?
I think Bardock is going to be about equally as strong as he currently is.
Okay.
Now, some people are saying that his solo snap is going away.
I don't think it's going away.
If his solo snap disappears, I think he'll be slightly powered down.
Okay.
But if he retains it, I expect him to be just as dominant as he is now. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no, I think he's still in you can literally throw him the nerf stick. We've how many times have we nerfed Bardock?
Many.
And how many times is this dude still top 2?
It's been top 2 for a very long time. So
I think this character's fine. I think the character's not going away.
I agree. All right, big boy Broly. Easier to get a knockdown after jumping 214X.
So the grab.
Yep.
Okay, I like that. Make that more of a threat. And then 236HS, which is the oh god, is the that's a super, right?
That's the eraser cannon.
Yeah, they both so both eraser cannons have different properties.
Yep.
I like that.
So HS is gonna have different properties from LM. So he's gonna have 2 different supers, basically 2 different level 1s.
How do you? Because I know there's only right now with Broly, right? There's only a handful of characters in my opinion with them. Goku, 21, Vegeta,
yep,
Bardock, characters with ball and very fast supers. Do you can DHC into Broly with ease,
yes,
and able to follow? Do you think with those changes, do you think it's gonna be open to more possible team composition?
I think it'll open up slightly, especially with the changes to Dragon Rush. I think Broly has gotten more options. I think Broly still needs a horizontal beam assist. I don't think that's something he'll ever get away from. Because he needs to be able to control the ground and get in. Because that's really where Broly struggles as a character. is getting in.
Mm.
It's very hard for him. Once he gets in, he can exude that pressure. But until then, it's kind of difficult for him. Now,
I still think I still think he's a threat, and in the later end of season 1, real quick, I feel like a lot of players like Scamby, ASAP Ricky, a bunch of Broly players kind of just came out of the woodwork.
yeah.
I think the kill stage was playing Broly. Moving on to, I think, the dark horse for top 5
Really,
this patch.
Vegito.
I think Vegito is dark horse for top 5.
What makes you think it's Vegito?
Okay, so 214X, easier to grab. You can use it against Vanish. I think that's the biggest change to it. You can use it against Vanish, so you can actually react to somebody vanishing on you. So if I vanish a Vegito, I have to be scared of command grab now, especially EX.
That is true.
And he got the same, and then use the final Kamehameha and the knockdown. So it's going to be the same change as Vegeta.
Yes. Knockdown from any height.
Let's put it like this. The only downside to this character is that he's fuzzable.
Yeah.
He has ridiculous damage, ridiculous meter gain.
He does lack a 2L though. He does.
But he makes up for it, like...
Okay, well, correction. He lacks a
stuff,
traditional 2L. I'll put it that way.
He lacks a traditional 2L, but his 2L makes up for it in, like, mild.
Agreed. The other thing is he doesn't have great overhead mix-ups comparatively to a lot of characters.
But I think this change, like...
You think it's going to be big enough?
I think it might be big enough. Like, I've already had Vegito in, like, top 7.
Yeah.
Top 10. This cat, in my mind, with reading that, top 5, no questions asked. Hot take. Hottest take of season 2 so far.
Got you.
Top 5 Vegeta. So real quick before we go over Zamasu, mix up.
What's up?
Did you hear about the Zamasu Hellzone mix up?
Yes, I watched it today from Sonic Fox.
I cried.
I don't think I could block that to save my life.
Yeah. So Zamasu's normal buffs overall, 2H hitbox has been increased.
Yeah.
Zamasu's attack while 214S has been powered up. So I'm gonna be real. The Zero Mortal plan is intact. Today, March 25th. 2019, y'all heard it from me. The Zero Mortal plan is in effect.
It is like, definitely active.
See, here's the thing with that, right? Like, Zamasu. Now, granted, I still think Zamasu has problems. Like being fuzzable, obviously, and like you kind of need a team built around him at the moment.
Yeah.
I think you change positions on Zamasu this patch. You either play him point or you play it. I think you still like a more prominent point.
Interesting. Okay.
I think Zamasu's this is something you can DC into per se, but again, the accountability on being fuzzyable is huge. I think also, but what's more important is now with this Hellzone mix-up that was just found, changed the entire way someone. And I'm really curious as to see, and especially with Bum's birthday bash this weekend, who busts out Zamasu.
I think there's definitely going to be some people testing him out there.
Sonic Fox, I think, might be going back to Zamasu.
He said he was definitely feeling the character.
Kami, probably not.
Yeah.
Maybe. I gotta talk to the guy, because for all you know, this dude is. Prodigy, who is a local New York player, prominent in Marvel 3.
Yep.
Has been a Zamasu stance since God knows when. So I cannot wait to see Zamasu get played. How do you feel about this character now? Especially with everything that's just been discovered.
I think that Zamasu was already on a sleeper pick in Season 1. Right. I think the character was pretty strong. Originally, I was interested in the character because he has a fly mechanic, and I immediately thought of Sentinel. Definitely was not
So
Sentinel.
bad. He's not.
He's
Oh
not.
no.
Does not nearly as cool. Uh,
Praise
but he's gotten a lot better, and I think the character is coming more into what he was supposed to be the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with the mix-ups he's gained, and especially that 2H was so detrimental before, having that fixed, I think the character's going to be a lot stronger. Because the other big thing is Zamasu gets super dashed a lot.
No, yeah, because of the hitbox.
Yep. So being able to 2H is really, really important. So I'm very interested. But transitioning to our next character, Base Coup. I read these changes. What do you think?
So I made a tier list earlier today.
Yeah.
And I had him coined as the worst character in the game.
After this patch, he might be.
I still, even before this patch.
I don't think he was not, in my opinion, he was not the worst before patch.
I think, 17 we'll get into. I think 17 like has been opened up a little bit better. I think Base Coup is, I don't know. I just feel like he requires so much more work for something that is like you could have literally. So his two SS, the little pillars, so his Shinnok pillars into kick, slide, knockdown can be canceled into supers. They should have did that with the elbow.
Right.
So I think they kind of dropped the ball on that. His other change, 214X properties is changed. That is command grab, right? Better more. I think that is command grab.
Yeah, so he's gonna get better reward on hit from that. I think that's a good change.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I just feel like you could have literally did one thing, change the input on that from what I see on screen now to the elbow, like 236X.
Yeah.
Totally different ball game. Totally different ball game. But I don't think Base Coup is gonna be worth playing this patch. I think he's kind of like it's cool to do Spirit Bomb setups. And combo and Spirit Bomb.
True. I do like,
but other than that,
like 2 SSS, I've just barely ever seen that hit anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't. It's not good.
So, moving on to Base Vegeta, this was a character who released to a lot of fanfare. I remember a lot of people saying this was going to be the character to redefine the meta, the second coming of Bardock, and that
I remember that,
and that did not happen. Not even remotely.
I still think he's fun. He's a fun character.
He's cool. I will say he's legit cool.
Would you say he's Saiyan Elite?
Oh my god. Anyways, so they buffed his knee drop. It connects better at the end of combos, whatever. His 214 is now special cancelable.
I like that. Because now you can you can Kara cancel.
You can fake the command grab.
Fake command grab, go kick. Fake command grab, go overhead.
Yep.
I like that. I think it kind of brings more depth into his game.
Yeah.
I think the 214X change is huge too. I think this will open. I think Base Vegeta goes it, but I don't think Base Vegeta becomes like the new Bardock.
See, the thing is, Vegeta is a character that is not a victim of being a bad character. He's a victim of being underwhelming compared to all the other top tiers. Because who would you run him over?
I think if you ran him over anybody, I think he has a spot in terms of like you would play him point if you don't feel like playing Bardock. You don't play him. You play him point if you don't feel like playing Vegito. You play him point if you don't feel like playing Piccolo.
That's the problem.
I would play Vegeta before I play Base Vegeta now. Yeah, especially with this patch.
That's the thing. You have to go through so many characters before you'd even consider him.
That's sad. But he's
Right.
still cool though.
Yeah, he's still cool.
Like he's still
On to cooler. I actually think these changes are
you see
yeah.
again unintentional pun. That was really good.
So
So stop.
so
That's my job.
so cooler actually got better, like notably,
Yeah.
notably better. His 236, his dive kick is now even on block.
Or is it plus?
Oh, sorry, now plus even on block. My bad.
Yeah, it's plus. So that's
Yeah. So
that's good.
that means that he can jail infinitely if you but granted, he has to keep dive kicking you.
Yeah, that's kind of the only downside. And his 3H got better.
I
don't think it's gonna be Gohan good.
No.
But I still think it's gonna be good.
I think the character is better now. So really happy to see that.
I'm excited to see more. I can't imagine like what Dogra is gonna do with the character.
I'm actually curious to see. Now, on to the character you mentioned earlier in contention for worst character in the game, Android 17.
I don't think this character was the worst character in the game this patch.
I said in contention.
Oh, in contention. Yeah. I do. Oh my god, this patch. I actually had a chance to talk to about 17. He likes the changes. Kind of go over them real quick. 236X follow-ups have been all buffed. Better reward on hit. That could be a lieu of things. Because all the records are... So I think the one that is huge though, Barrier Super can be used on the ground, has a vulnerable on startup. So this basically becomes Saiyan Spirit in quotes. Or a mini bionic arm.
I like that. He's got better options now. I think it's really what the character needed. Still, his Rekka is better, which is important because that's really his best tool. I think the character's still going to struggle in neutral.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't run him on, I feel like you're going to struggle a bit, and I think you kind of still need a team balance. But I think he's going to be one of those few characters. God, I don't want to make this decree, and I'm super wrong.
All right, FloKey, you about to take a stance?
I'm about to take a stance. I think 17's going to be at least mid-tier this patch.
Wow.
At least mid-tier.
We'll find out when we make this tier list.
If you think about it, like again, I keep bringing up Axize as an example. He's kind of like him, Jazz Rap and Don, which I met the guy. He's super sweet. Axize kind of like the way you have to play 17 is super specific, and like he's for those niche players. And I think if you are down to do that, he has a ton of potential. He can almost TOD you without sparking. Like, there's little intricacies. One of my friends put it best. He's gonna be a mini Bardock, not Bardock, but he's gonna be like a pseudo Bardock. So if you don't want to play Bardock for some reason, I think his barrier assist is still ridiculous. If it was a little faster, I think it would be really strong.
I agree.
Combo extensions, but I think he's gonna be this patch. I think he's gonna be one of the. If you're not playing 18 Bardock, Vegito, if you want another point character in the mix, I think 17 might be a good pick.
All right. Final two characters here.
Yo, Jay was like, "Oh my god, this dude said that on my stream." Wow.
So last two characters here. Jiren. 5LL to 2L Gatling added.
What? No.
Unnecessary?
It's so unnecessary. Granted, on my tier list I made earlier today, like he ended up not being so high on the tier list because I feel like he does lack in some areas, him being fuzzable, him not having a true mix. This alone, and I think him having a faster 5H startup has been reduced.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, have an actual command grab mix now, and I think the only thing you could have done to make this character more ridiculous is make 2M faster.
Yeah, no, I think he's actually in a fantastic spot right now. 5H was really the one thing he needed as a character because he kind of lacked mix, and I think he actually kind of has that. Now, granted, we'll see how much faster it is,
Yeah. For all I know, it
Because
might be a frame.
right, if it's a single frame, that's like important, nice, but not like a deal breaker. If it's like 2 or 3, then you start getting into the realm of oh god, right?
Now I actually have to be worried. Do I jump here?
Right. Do I have to start pre-committing to a defensive option?
When I know I shouldn't. I think him still having a frame one counter and being safe jump off level 3, I think is super strong.
Yeah.
And it kind of like puts him in a position where like later on, I think he's gonna become more prevalent. Kind of how I feel about 17. I think 17, Jiren, a bunch of other characters this patch, Vegito. I think you're gonna see them way more than. But final character.
Videl, easier to perform
Videl.
5M to 5M Gatling. And it's now easier to use Vanish and have great Sandman attack at the same time. Second one is quality of life.
Yeah.
First one, what do you think? 5M to Gatling?
So isn't it 5M to 4? Isn't it 5M 4M for that?
I believe
isn't it like
so.
Cell? So I think it's more of like a Cell. It's gonna be more on the Cell side of things. In terms of that. So I think that Videl's already really strong. She's one of another good example of a point character. Like if you want to play that character, you can.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So, man,
that was a ride.
That was a ride. I don't think we got time to do a tier list, but man,
we have 15 minutes to put together a tier list.
I mean, we can just rattle off top 10 easy.
Actually, I think we've already reached an hour and a half. But you know what?
You want to do it?
We're already here.
We're already here?
We're already here is how I feel about it.
Okay, so real quick, final thoughts on the patch.
Overall, I really, really like this. I think we're getting a lot of love for characters who needed it. Mm-hmm. And I'm really curious to see where this goes going forward. But now...
wait a minute.
What?
Jay?
Yeah.
We got the notes.
Oh, no.
Oh, hello.
Link them to me.
Oh, God.
Link them.
Gone. It has begun.
Link it.
I am going to send you it right now.
FloKey.
No. Oh, no.
Oh, Hook's going over him live, too.
Hook, Nakiel, this is live reactions, and then Nakiel already has somebody on translator. Do you want to attempt to try to translate these right now? Are we going to try to translate these right now? Hold on. Refresh my page. This is... Oh, no. Oh, no. We went... Oh, God. Okay. Okay. We have... There's a lot of system changes.
All right, link them to me.
Oh, God. I have the translated page. This has all the...
Oh, man.
Okay, so it looks like most of the changes stuck. So it looks like the changes we went over are the changes for the patch.
Okay.
It looks like it. But there is actually... different system mechanic changes, I guess. Hold on, let me look at this. Yeah, there's air DR, vanish got changed. Bullet, what the hell is bullet? Super dash? Google Translate, come on. Additional standing weak attack additional 2. I guess that might be for
Oh my goodness. No, we weren't even close on all the changes being made. Guess what they did?
What?
Hit the more under each character.
There's more?
They changed every move almost. Oh my god, this patch is massive.
Where the fuck is my standing? Where's my jump jab? Where's my jump jab? Dude, what is happening?
So...
Who do you want to... Okay, key characters you want to go through.
Okay, so what we're going to do right now is...
This is unprecedented.
we are now going to be going over.
This is overtime.
This is overtime. Flo, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to sacrifice your camera because I can't get another
It's
input.
fine. It's fine.
Okay, FloKey is still with me in spirit.
Yeah. What is happening? What?
Okay, so I'm gonna look at Super Saiyan Vegeta. Get up. They increased his get up. This is
What?
Flo. This is wild.
What's bullet? Oh, the actual key blast. Okay. Okay. What they do to my man's Piccolo? Okay, so jump force attack damage has been reduced. So jump key blast. Okay, I need to know what force attack means, and I need to know what bullet attack means. That is the two things I need to know, right?
That is completely understandable, Flo.
Oh my god, dude.
I was not expecting the patch notes to be like this.
Yo, someone clip this whole moment.
Wow.
This is a
Wow.
clip. Hold on, there's notes on everybody.
I was not expecting the notes to be like this.
Not at all.
Garrett G here. They're gonna find another one. This time Justin will cut off the angle.
Okay, so wow, there is
All right.
okay. So Gohan's assist got nerfed.
Really?
It went from invincible to just invincible on jump. That makes no sense.
Okay, so Flo, what I'm gonna start on the stream
What do you do?
is gonna add a list of most important changes you find.
Okay. Well, granted, again, these are kind of like.
Walkily translated.
Oh no, this
Flo, do you want to keep doing this live, or what do you want to do, Flo?
Yo, chat, what do you want? Is there anybody in the chat?
No, because everyone big just got on.
All right. Well, what we could do is we could send them to one of them, and we're gonna try to make sense of this ourselves. Because right now everything isn't translated properly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, how do you put together this? But this is insane, guys. If you weren't playing Dragon Ball FighterZ before,
This was so not what I was expecting today.
what were you expecting?
I thought it was gonna be a little bit more bare bones. They changed everything.
This is like a brand name.
Hold on.
Wait, what? Tatsu got buffed for Goku? Okay. But let's see. No, guys, thank you so much. This is wild. We should have started later.
Yeah, I think we should have, but
You know,
this is
actually,
absolutely incredible. If you like
This
the
was a good
list of
moment.
changes right now.
This was a moment that needed to happen. 100%. Just to kind of see everything like as it is.
Yeah, for those of you who just tuned in, the amount of changes is phenomenal.
Tohan got buffed. Tohan, like,
This
looks
is
like
gonna
everybody
this
got
is gonna legit take me.
This is gonna take hours. And I know there's already people hard at work doing it. So the best thing we can do right now. Oh, so I know what they did, right? So they used those as a preview, and then they have literally like, okay,
The
that
in-depth,
makes
yeah.
sense.
So they put a top line statement, and then they have all the in-depth changes.
That's so crazy. They nerfed Trunks'
They nerfed his assist?
I reduced the blow of the opponent.
Ooh.
That sucks. That sucks.
Reduce the blow. No, that's actually a buff.
Wait.
That means reduce the knockback.
Oh, wait. I'm crazy. You can tell how long of a day I've had.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen.
We gotta go. We gotta go to
Thank you.